distinguished members of the cabinet led by the Secretary of National Defense, Honorable Gilberto C. Chidoro Jr., sir, Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Romeo S. Bronner Jr., sir, Major Service Commanders, Chiefs of other uniformed services, Your Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Foreign Armed Forces Attaches, distinguished guests, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Naimbag nga begat kadayong amin, maayong buntag sa imong tanan. Una-una, binabati ko ang mga kadete na magsisitapos na ngayon na miyembro ng PMA Siklab Class of 2025. Ang inyong pagtatapos sa araw na ito ay bunga ng inyong ibayong pagsusumikap at tiyaga. Sa nakaraang 4 na taon ng inyong pamamalagi dito sa akademya, nagpamalas kayo ng kakaibang dedikasyon at pagpupursigi, mga katangian ng sundalo ng bagong Pilipinas. Binabati ko din ang mga magulang at mga mahal sa buhay ng ating mga magsisipagtapos. As a parent myself, I share their immense pride for their children. Seeing your sons and daughters graduate from PMA and now will be joining the 12,300 other members of the long gray line who came before them. Thank you, my dear parents, for entrusting to our care your sons and daughters. In the 4 years they were with us, we molded and nurtured them, and today they are now the best versions of themselves, ready to serve our maritime nation. The class that is in front of us, the PMA Siklab Class of 2025, has made its mark in the Academy's history. They have many stories to tell, but there are stories that need to be retold for us to remember and inspire. Stories of resilience, stories of triumphs over adversity, stories that the indomitable human spirit abound. The story of Cadet First Class Nazareno, who will join the Navy, is one. Raised by a solo parent whose primary means of livelihood is patching and repairing tires in a corner vulcanizing shop. He persevered, and he is now graduating number 5 in the class and as a cum laude. Or the case of Cadet First Class Tikar, who will be joining the Philippine Army. Born to very humble beginnings, his father was a former taxi driver who suffered an injury and now unable to work. And his mother was a vendor who sold pens in Metro Manila. Yet, he endured, and now he is graduating as summa cum laude.
Ooh.
One of only 4 in our history, and graduating with the highest grade point average in the Academy's history. But there are many other similar stories, stories that tell of grief and the triumph of the human spirit. But these stories are not uncommon, but because this is what PMA is all about. Our institution is about giving opportunities, finding one's purpose, nurturing the warrior ethos, embedding a deep love for our nation, and molding them to be the best version of themselves. Cadet First Class Tikar and Nazareno and many other members of this class are living testimonies that the past does not define you, but rather it prepares you for your future. But as we celebrate the individual and collective accolades, the Academy looks eagerly to what the future holds. In last year's PMA commencement exercises, the President challenged the Academy, and I quote, "The PMA needs to step up and take the task of ensuring that the next generation of leaders is ready for the emerging and future challenges." Our SND also poised a similar statement in challenging us that the AFP must evolve into a multi-threat, multi-domain, and highly technical armed service, ready to face both conventional and asymmetric challenges. Mr. President, I am proud to report that our Chief of Staff has approved and endorsed to our Secretary an enhanced PMA curriculum that emphasizes technological proficiency in defense and developing critical analytical skills set in a 21st century environment. We will introduce new subjects such as cyber warfare, artificial intelligence, asymmetric warfare, and weapon and unmanned systems. PMA will also continue to provide an interdisciplinary approach to security studies in the context of an evolving geopolitical security landscape. Our Academy will also build on the many firsts that PMA Class 2025 has undertaken. The first PMA class to have a joint field training exercises starting from Pag-asa Island in the West Philippine Sea, and the first to compete in international competitions, and thus benchmarking ourselves to World Academy standards. We will also continue to pursue international accreditation of our curriculum, so it will be comparable to the best in the region. Mr. President, we will no longer be producing traditional officers of the past. Rather, we will have future-ready defenders, trained and equipped to face a multi-threat and multi-domain security landscape. Whether in land, sea, air, cyberspace, or the information domain, we will prepare them to serve in complex battlefields shaped by hybrid warfare and geopolitical competition. We will steer the Academy towards its future direction, aiming to align our institution with global educational standards amid competing strategic priorities. This includes the internationalization of our program, forging new military academic partnerships, investing in modern training facilities such as training simulators, and introducing cutting-edge technologies to prepare our cadets for modern warfare. We envision a PMA that is not only the premier military institution in our nation, but as a respected player in the global defense education arena. But while we look to equip and prepare the future officers for modern warfare, the intangibles that make PMA unique will remain. We will continue to graduate principal officers steeped in the values of courage, integrity, and loyalty, but only better. To the members of Siklab class of 2025, your name itself is a promise. Siklab ng tapang, layang inaasam. You are the flame of courage, and you now carry the torch of freedom. Go forth and serve our country with humility, honor, and unwavering commitment. You represent the very spirit of bagong Pilipinas, disciplined, dignified, and devoted to our nation. Sa pamilya ng ating mga kadete, thank you for all your sacrifices and trust. You have given this nation your finest sons and daughters. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat, and welcome to the commencement exercises of PMA Siklab class of 2025.
At this point,